Good morning. Good morning. I am Jimmy, your astute tourist. Welcome to our morning live stream with Molly and me. A little coffee this morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Good morning, Adriana. How are you? Good to see you, my new friend. Thank you for stopping in, hanging out with us this morning. This morning, our title was, how do you take your coffee? Do you like it black? Do you put cream in it? Sugar? Black with sugar? Cream, no sugar? Cream and sugar? Do you like those flavored creamers? You know, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to coffee. We're also going to bring up some cruise news today. I have a website here. It's cruisecritics.com. So we'll check out what they're saying about some upcoming cruises. And it's good to have you in this morning. Very good to see you. I think this is the first time for you coming into one of my morning streams. Good morning, Madman McCracken. How are you? Good to see you. I hope everybody's getting better in your neck of the woods. You missed a good show on Sunday, but I know you had issues that you guys couldn't come by. So I hope you and your family are feeling better and people are on the mend. Like I said, we're doing coffee this morning like we do every morning at 6:20 a.m. Got my morning astute cup of coffee. I like mine black, no sugar. How do you like yours? Do you drink coffee in the morning? Are you a tea drinker? I couldn't go the day without having a cup of coffee. That's for sure. Coffee's my thing. I've also put the link up in the chat. So if anybody wants to come up in the stream, let me know. That's good, Madman. I'm glad that she's doing better. You like your coffee black. I'm the same way. There was a time when I liked it with cream and sugar. That was many, many moons ago. Being in the fire service, the only way to drink your coffee is black. Sometimes there was always coffee available, but we weren't sure if you'd ever have cream and sugar available. So black was the way to go, and that's something that stuck with me. So glad to see that you've come in. I think this may be the first or second time you've been into one of my streams in the morning. I appreciate you coming in. Very happy to see you. I hope things are going well up there in the central part of New Hampshire. I know that you've been doing day trading. How's that been going for you? Things working out with that? I saw your setup that you had with your computer. That looked pretty good. Nice setup you got there. But yeah, so let's see. We were talking about a little bit about coffee. So Colleen likes hers with she put some of that flavored cream stuff in there. Let's see if I can straighten this out just a hair. There we go. A little bit better. She likes hers with some of that flavored cream, Cinnabon kind of flavored stuff, whatever it is. Again, I like it the way it comes out after you run some hot water over those roasted beans. But anyway, you like it. Coffee's the way to go. It's the fuel for the day. It's what keeps me running in the day. I drink coffee up until about noontime, and then I do another probably cup and a half, 2 cups around 3 o'clock in the mid-afternoon time. So it's definitely something that keeps me running through the day. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it's something that I definitely like, and I'll continue to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up for this one. And if you can share it out on any of the typical social media platforms, that would be much appreciated as well. But so let's see what's going on. We're going to talk about some cruise news. I brought up a website here. This one's from the cruisecritic.com. They're posting, it's official. Government lifts 2-year cruise ban in Australia, which is good for them. We have some of our Australian friends down there. Sean from Down Under Cruisers was in the stream yesterday, And he is in Australia, of course. And I'm sure this makes them pretty happy to see that they've lifted the ban. It says it's official. Australian government lifts 2-year cruise ban. Lines confirm new 2022 programs. So this was back in March. After 2 years of continued suspension due to the COVID-19 pandemic, cruising is finally returning to Australia. The Australian federal government announced its decision not to renew the country's cruising ban, which has been set to expire, which was in April. And the International Association of Australasia has welcomed the news following the extended suspension period during which cruises in both North America and Europe have already successfully resumed. So that's good news for them. I know that they do have the cruise meetup coming up in October on Carnival Cruise Lines. I believe that one's going out of Florida. That one's going to feature our good friend Kenneth Oakes, aka the Ford Man. He's going to be on that cruise. He is the first recipient of the Cruiseathon, which is a benefit to help folks that may not be able to afford to cruise or may have some sort of a physical ailment that they thought would hold them back from cruising, which is not true. And they help fund some dream cruises for people like that. So our good friend Kenny will be up there in October. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to make it or not. There's a lot going on in our world, but we're hoping that maybe we will be able to make it in October. For more information on that, you can go to the Down Under Cruisers channel at YouTube. So check that out. Also, let's see what else is going on in cruise news. Let me go back here. We have, let's see, there was a good one about Carnival. Here we go. Carnival Cruise Line. This came out this morning, actually, May 3rd, 2022. Carnival Cruise Line becomes the first major cruise line to return its entire fleet to service. That's good news for them. I don't know, McCracken, have you gone on any cruises? Do you guys like to cruise? Is this something that you would like to do that you haven't done? I was talking yesterday. I had never really had cruising on my radar. I never really thought twice about it. In fact, it wasn't something I had ever considered. Colleen went on a cruise with her sisters, and she showed me the photographs and said what a great time that they had. So a couple of years ago, we took our first cruise. We went to the Bahamas, and it was a lot of fun. And another cruise addict is born. So cruising is a lot of fun. There's a lot to do, a lot of great food, lots of cool places to see. It's there's nothing like being on a ship out in the ocean. I've been on some of the local fishing trips and that out from, off the coast here in New Hampshire. But there's nothing like actually getting on this incredibly large vessel and sailing out into the middle of the ocean where you can't see any land anywhere. The sunrises and sunsets are beautiful, and when the ocean isn't rough, which we've been out there when we've had some rough seas, it's absolutely beautiful. Sometimes the ocean's like glass, and cruising out there is fantastic. So yeah, so it sounds like that the Carnival's got all of their ships are back out to sail. Carnival Splendor departed Port of Seattle yesterday, becoming the 23rd ship in the fleet to set sail and marking the return of the entire fleet back into service. They resumed cruising on July 3rd of last year in Galveston, that's Texas, but after a 14-month pause, and had gradually been returning ships to service. So they're back full up. All their ships are cruising, and that's good news for Carnival. Like I said, that's the cruise line the only one that I've been on. So I don't know about any other cruise lines. If anybody else knows anything about different cruise lines, let us know in the chat. Contact us and let us know what you think. What do you think's the best cruise line? I'd like to go on a Royal Caribbean next. Colleen's been on one of those. She has compared. She's done the Royal Carib as well as Carnival, and I don't think she dislikes one over the other, but I know that she said that they both have different things to offer. The Royal Caribbean ship that she was on was considerably larger than the Carnival we were on. You're more into trips on the land. Okay, I get that. And that's me as well. I mean, I like to cruise, and cruising is fun, but it certainly doesn't take up all of our travel time. We do have the RV, and that's my land yacht, I call it, and I do like to take that on trips. We do have several trips, at least in the local area that we have planned for this year. We're going to be staying in New England just because of the fuel prices, I think, is going to limit us to how far we travel this year. I did want to go out west or somewhere down south this year, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see what happens with the fuel prices. It takes a lot to fill up that tank. I have an 80-gallon gas tank in that, and you can do the math with the rising gas prices. It would cost a lot to travel in that. But nonetheless, we're still going to take it on some trips. I think we have 3 trips now booked, 3 or 4, and we getting ready to book another one for June. We're going to go up to Maine. We're heading up to Bentley's. Here. Where is it? Right here. Heading to Bentley's, and that's up in Arundel, Maine, and that's a lot of fun. They have a nice RV park up there, and there's a saloon there. You don't even have to leave the site. You can stay right there at the resort and walk down to the saloon, have a good meal, have some drinks and fun, lots of bands that play. That's a great time. So if you've never been up to Bentley's in Arundel, Maine, I would suggest you check it out. And this year I'm going to make a video for the channel when we go. That way you can all see it and see what it's like. So let's see what else is going on in cruise news. It looks like Norwegian Cruise Lines. Oh, these are from April, so we're a little behind on some of this news. Alaska's first full cruise season since 2019 kicks off with Norwegian Cruise Line Bliss. So it looks like they're going to start cruising in Alaska as well. You're going to Bar Harbor in June. Yeah, Bar Harbor is nice up there, isn't it? They just had a hotel that we have stayed in before, caught fire and burned up, which was kind of nasty, but these things happen. I don't believe anyone got hurt, which thank God, that was a good thing. But yeah, they had a fire up there. But Bar Harbor is beautiful. You go up to Cadillac Mountain and watch the sunrise. We've done that a few times, and there's nothing like going up there and getting that fresh seafood and those cold water fish, which is so good. That's a lot of fun. Speaking of fires, we talked a little bit about it yesterday, but over the weekend in North Conway, New Hampshire, the Red Jacket Inn had a fire. One of the wings of the old hotel caught fire and burned up. They were able to they burned up that whole wing, but they were able to stop it before it got the whole building. Unfortunately, 3 people were injured. 2 were firefighters. They were treated for heat exhaustion, and they were released from the hospital, so they're going to be okay. And one other person was injured slightly, and I believe they're okay as well. So thank goodness for that. Nobody got hurt too bad, but it was sad to see that hotel catch fire and burn. I saw a report this morning from the news with Sean Toomey, who was the New Hampshire State Fire Marshal, and he said that there was no sprinkler on that part of the hotel, and that it wasn't it wasn't required for that section to have a sprinkler system in it. which is unfortunate, but because of New Hampshire state law, it's not a high-rise hotel, so it didn't meet the criteria that required to have a sprinkler system. And I believe parts of that do have or the newer parts of that do have a sprinkler system, but like Madman McCracken is saying, it definitely was and is a New Hampshire landmark. If you've ever been to New Hampshire and you've been up to the North Country, especially North Conway, there is a lot of old Gilded Age style hotels, and the Red Jacket Inn is one of those old New Hampshire inns that have seen a lot of visitors over the last 100 years or so. So great place to be and a great place to go, and I hope they can rebuild it and do it soon. It's too bad because it's just the beginning of the tourist season here, or at least the warm weather tourist season for up north. It's a lot of fun up there. We've featured a couple videos. We've done the North Conway Scenic Railroad, which is a lot of fun. They have trips going out there daily. Excuse me. You can do dinner trains. The last one we did was a lunchtime train where you take the ride and you can eat in the dining car, and you really feel kind of that nostalgia of what it was like to ride on and travel on a train and have a meal. They do, like I said, they do night and dinner trains. They do, I believe they do like mystery train kind of stuff where, murder mystery kind of things, stuff like that. So if you're up in North Conway and you like trains, that's the thing to go up and do. Also in North Conway, we have another video where we featured one of the greatest, and another New Hampshire landmark, one of the greatest general stores, I would think, in the country, at least the ones that I've been to, Zeb's Country Store, general store up there in North Conway. And that is a fantastic place. They have a little bit of everything. It's got one of the largest candy counters I've ever seen. So if you like candy, it's a pretty cool place to be. But they feature all kinds of New Hampshire products. You can get all kinds of maple products and barbecue and that kind of stuff. Of course, they have swag and New Hampshire-based T-shirts and hats and that. If you like Moxie, the soda pop, they do feature a lot of products that have Moxie on it, which Moxie is a New England drink. It was, I think, started in Owl's Head, Maine, and is somewhat popular here. I don't know about the rest of the country. I like Moxie. It's a lot different than it used to be when I was a kid. It tastes different. I think they kind of mellowed out the flavor. It certainly is an acquired taste. But I like Moxie. I don't drink a lot of soda, but that is definitely good. And they have all kinds of gift products and unique products up there at Zeb's Country Store in North Conway, New Hampshire. It's a neat experience. It's definitely a must-see if you're up in the North Country. New Hampshire does feature the White Mountain National Forest, and that area is vast. It's one of the largest mountains on the East Coast is Mount Washington. It's, I believe it's 6,300 plus feet. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but it's 6,000 plus feet anyway. It used to boast the highest recorded winds ever recorded. But I think recently somewhere else in the world just recorded the highest recorded winds. So they're second for the highest recorded winds now on the planet. But Mount Washington is it's a beautiful mountain that people climb all year long, and it is not for the faint of physical ability. I climbed it several years ago. We climbed up through Tuckerman's Notch, and let me tell you, that was an eye-opening experience. It's a lot of work and it's hard, and the weather can change considerably up there. So it's a mountain that you want to be very careful, and you want to be a seasoned climber definitely for that one. Your wife loved Moxie. She just can't taste it now, right? I know. So I lost the taste and smell for a couple of weeks. It came back, which is good. It's hard to enjoy food when you can't taste it, that's for sure. But yeah, Mount Washington, the White Mountain National Forest, there's so much to do up there. There's lots of camping and lots of skiing in the wintertime. Like I said earlier, the Gilded Hotels are up there. The Mount Washington Hotel is one of them. That's a really beautiful hotel. I've stayed there a couple times, and it's incredible. If you get a chance to go up there, you can check that out. There's also the New Hampshire Cog Railway, which is a cog-style train that goes up the backside of Mount Washington. It'll take you right up to the summit. And if you don't want to climb up, and they also have the Mount Washington Auto Road, but if you don't want to drive up or climb up, you can take the Cog Railway, and that'll take you up to the summit. And they have the Summit House up there, and you can look at the views on a good day. You can see all around. I think you may be able to see Canada from there, but you can see Maine and Vermont and parts of Massachusetts on a really good clear day. So it's a very tall mountain. It's a good place to be. It's a lot of fun. But like I said, camping. There's all kinds of touristy things to do all along that area. It's a pretty large area, so it encompasses several towns in the northern part of the state. So if you get a chance and you come out to New Hampshire, you definitely have to go to the White Mountain National Forest. It's a lot of fun. We did a video. If you see one of my videos, it's New Hampshire by drone. We do feature a couple spots up north there. We're up along the Swift River and in the National Forest itself. We've done some overhead shots up there. So very beautiful area to go. Very picturesque, as they say. New Hampshire also features, I mean, we're talking about New Hampshire, why not? We also feature Lake Winnipesaukee, which is the largest lake in the state, which is in the lakes region of New Hampshire. There's Winnisquam and Squam Lake and several other lakes, Lake Ossipee and that. But it's a large lake up there, and that is surrounded by several of New Hampshire towns, and that's a nice touristy area spot to go to. One of the most famous up there is Wares Beach. There's a kind of a causeway with lots of restaurants and bars and fun things to do. There's docks where you can dock your boats and get fuel. There's lots of hotels, and you're going on the mount in August. Are you going on the ship or the boat? I mean, the Mount Washington boat on the lake. They do have that, which I believe that goes out of. Where does that go out of, McCracken? I can see the town. I can't think of it, but I know that. Does that go out of Wares Beach? Is that where it leaves from? But they do all kinds of fun stuff all year long. Oh, it does go out of the Weirs. Okay. So yeah, you can book trips on that, and you can take a water tour of the lake. It's a fun, very old boat. It's probably over 100 years old, and it's a lot of fun. You can go on there for meals. They have bands that play, entertainment and stuff. It's a lot of fun. That's definitely one thing. If you're up in Wares Beach and you're staying in that area, you definitely have to take a trip on the Mount Washington, and that would be the boat, not the mountain itself. But Lake Winnipesaukee was an important place up there back in before they had cars and trucks, because they would travel across the lake to deliver product. And McCracken is telling me it's 150 years old this year, which it's definitely been there for a long time. Like I said, they had barges back in the day where they would deliver goods from town to town. In the wintertime, believe it or not, they would lay railroad track across the ice, and they had small rail service that would deliver goods across the lake that way as well. In fact, there is a train at the bottom of the lake that broke through the ice and met its demise and now sits on the bottom of the lake. There's also some other wrecks that are on the bottom. I'm a diver, and I have dove the lake several times, and I have dove on a couple of the wrecks. One of the most famous being the Lady of the Lake, which was I believe that was a barge or some sort of a commercial vessel that actually burned, caught fire, and they scuttled it. And it's a popular place in about 40 feet of water, so it's an easy dive for divers to do, and that's just off the coast of Guilford, um, which is a town over there by where the Weirs is at. Laconia is the town where the Weirs are, but yeah, there's a lot of history up there, and a lot of cool things to do up there. One of the dives that I did, we could find these old. It was hard to explain, but there was these maybe about this big of these rows of this metal that was just there, maybe about a foot long, and they were everywhere in this area on the bottom of the lake. And what it turned out to be was they were the remnants of old batteries from probably the late 1800s, early 1900s. Apparently, those barges, the electricity on them was run by battery, and when a battery died, they would just knock it over into the water, and down to the bottom it would go. So we've seen several of those. There's an area also over by Wolfboro. That was the town I was thinking of, but over near Wolfboro, where there was actually a part of the lake now is underwater, and there were houses there. Believe it or not, the water rose up, and there's an area there where we found old pottery and china and that from the early 1800s, which was interesting. They're all broken up, of course. There was nothing that we could really find that was intact, but a lot of history up there. And if you're a diver, it's a cool place to go. The lake's fairly clear on a good day. This time of year is the time to do it before the water gets too warm and churns up all those microorganisms and that come to life when the water starts to warm up. And it gets a little murky. It's not bad. You can still see the visibility in that lake is fantastic. That water is clean. But that's a lot of fun diving up there on Lake Winnipesaukee. Of course, New Hampshire has the seacoast, which we've talked about before. Hampton Beach, Rye Beach, all the way up to Portsmouth. So we have not a very big shoreline, but it goes from the Massachusetts border and Salisbury, Massachusetts, all the way up to the coast of Maine, which I believe the first town I think is maybe Elliott, Maine. But either way, it goes from Hampton, New Hampshire, or Seabrook, New Hampshire, all the way up to Portsmouth. And Portsmouth is a fantastic town. That's an old seaport from before the Revolution. The British had it first, and they built ships there. And it's still there. The Portsmouth Naval Shipyard is there. In fact, they build nuclear-powered submarines there, as well as other ships. They service them there. It's a very, very cool old sea town to visit. We go there several times a year. We're there maybe 3, 4, 5 times a year we go. There's lots of eateries there and lots of cool bars and taverns. I like cigars, so the Federal Cigar is there. That's a cool cigar bar to visit. There's also a lot of history. There's old buildings. There's a place called Strawberry Bank, which is a living history museum, which Colleen and I did a video there. So if you go to our channel, you can see a video that we did at Strawberry Bank. And that's the Living History Museum. We were there during Christmas, which was kind of cool. They have a skating rink there. People were skating, and you can visit some of the homes, and you go inside, and there's people all dressed up in period clothing, and they're acting as if it was Christmas time in the time period that they're projecting. So it's a pretty cool place to go if you like history, and I certainly do. I'd like to go back this year. They haven't done much over the last couple of years as a result of what's been going on in the world, but things are really starting to open up. I think this is going to be a great year, 2022, for a lot of touristy things to get back to doing again. So we hope to get back there. So if you come into New Hampshire and there's some things you want to see, we've certainly covered a lot of them. I haven't covered everything, but New Hampshire is a place to be. We talked a little bit about cruising. We talked a small amount of coffee. And I'm holding up my coffee cup. We do feature swag. If you go to teespring.com and you look up the Astute Tourist store, you can find all of our swag, from coffee mugs and pint glasses to T-shirts and hoodies. We got there's stickers on there and that, so that helps support our channel. And the proceeds that we do get from the sale of our swag, we do donate some of it to things like the Cruisathon, and we also use it to help support the channel, taking trips to bring you some interesting places that we can feature on our videos. I hope to get a video that I've been working on for a while done soon. I haven't been able to do much editing lately. Like I said, I did hurt my back, so it's been a little tough, but I'm hoping tonight when I get home. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. McCracken. I appreciate that. Yeah, these are great. We have a couple of them, and I've also ordered one which got shipped, and we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to give away a coffee mug on one of our shows coming up. So somebody out there will be lucky enough to win one of our coffee mugs. So look out for that in the future. But I hope to do some editing tonight and get that video out to you soon. So I think that's going to be it. I do want to briefly talk about, like I do every morning, there's two subjects I end with. One is positive mental attitude, which is something that's very important. It's something that helped me out immensely. Always come up and have some positive thoughts throughout your day. Don't dwell on negativity, because negativity draws negativity. Positivity draws positivity, and it's kind of the opposite of a magnet, where the opposites attract with a magnet. Well, this like forces attract when it comes to positivity and negativity. So we focus on positive mental attitude, and it helps bring good things in your day. I am not a spiritual guy by any means, and I am certainly not a yogi or a guru, but it's something that I've employed in my life, and it has helped me immensely. So think about something positive in your day. There's always something positive. There's always good things if you just think about it for a second. The other thing that I feature is that flag behind me, that red, white, and blue. Be proud of your flag, no matter where you're from, what country you're from, or what state you're from. That piece of cloth there is more than just cloth. It means a lot. A lot of people have put their safety and have put their freedoms on the line to protect that flag, and it means so much more than just a piece of cloth hanging out in front of the house here. So, Old Glory, I salute you, Old Glory, and I respect that flag, and I'm proud to be part of this country and proud to have that flag flying. So, be proud of where you come from and your heritage and what history you have. So. Well, I guess with that said, that's going to be it for us today. I want to thank the Madman McCracken for coming in. You were pretty much the only one here today, which is rare. I rarely have one person, and we usually do 4 or 5, 6 people. But I really appreciate you coming in. It's good to see you. I hope to see you again. We're going to try to do this as every weekday morning that we can, and we appreciate all your support. Like I said, don't forget to hit that like button and maybe share this. Even if we're gone, you can share out the stream. That certainly helps us in the algorithm and that. And don't forget to check out the channel. So with that said, my name is Jimmy. I'm your astute tourist, and we'll see you later. Take care, guys. Thank you.